figure it out. But Asa prays the most fantastic prayer that's ever been prayed in that 14th chapter. One of my favorite prayers in all the Bible, as he's going against a million Ethiopians. But Asa, in the previous part of the chapter 14, Asa goes out and he cleans up all of Israel and gets rid of all the Baal and the grove gods and all the Shemash gods, and God gives Israel rest. And while that rest, the Ethiopians attack them down there in verses 9 and 10. They attack Asa in southern Judah, and they come up from Ethiopia, the south, and when they come up there, they're going to attack them. And Asa prays this prayer. Why he doesn't pray this prayer in chapter 16, 2 chapters later, I don't know. But here's his prayer in verse 11 of chapter 14. Asa cried unto the Lord his God and said, Lord, it is nothing with thee to help, whether with many or with them which have no power. It's nothing with you to cause a nation to win, even though they have no power and they have few. And then he says those famous words, help us, O Lord our God, for we rest on thee. And in thy name we go against this multitude. O Lord, thou art our God, let not man prevail against thee. He didn't say me. Boy, I thought when I first read, this is such a godly man, and he was. But he gets over there to the 16th chapter, and he thinks he needs to get some pagan help to conquer his brother, his evil brother, Baasha. He doesn't. I just wanted to... So when you get over to the 15th chapter and you see Asa kicking out his mother's gods and says, you can't be queen on a throne with me anymore. And in all probability, she was queen mother. When they had a young man too young to be king, they would make his mother the queen mother until he grew up old enough, and she would continue to stay the queen mother and he would be the king. He said, Mom, you're out. And God says, that's righteous. Keep doing that. I mean, tell your mom she can't have her gods around you. Say, no way, Mom. You'll have to go somewhere else. I won't have your Christ Mass or your Ishtar, any of that. God destroyed Israel for it. How much time do I have, Mike? All right. Now, I'm continuing to look at these high points. Gosh, go back to the 15th chapter of 1 Kings. I wish I had time. I'll come back as we go through this. But you can see in verse 16 of chapter 15, there was war between Asa and Baasha, king of Israel, all their days. Asa's righteous, and Baasha is heathen. He's a Jew, but he's a heathen. I mean, he does what he wants. He's not there because he believes in Jehovah God. He's there because he wants power. And then you can go down through here and you see Baasha, king of Israel, went up against Judah and built Ramah that he might not suffer any to go out and come in to Asa, king of Judah. And that's why he went and recruited the king of Syria, because he built this wall and said, you can't pass between us and them. And then if you get over here to, gosh, I don't need to take time to do this right now. I can come back and do this later. You can get, I'll just give you this. Asa dies. It shows where Asa dies here. You don't have much time given to Asa in 1 Kings here. You have more time given to Asa in 2 Kings 14, 15, and 16 than you do in 1 Kings. So be sure and study. It's just like Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Look at every one of them's account. If they have the same account of something, look at all of them. You'll find something in one of the books that you won't find in the other. You'll find things in 2 Chronicles that you do not find in 1 Kings, 1 and 2 Kings. You find in 1 and 2 Chronicles. So as we go through this, and when we go back and go through this, what I'm going to try to do is set this up in sections so you can learn to understand it. I'm here to teach you to learn how to understand. I want you to be able to go out here in the world and talk to people and be able to lay it out to them. And if you'll come and watch this series, I'll be in it all year long. I won't be in every message. I'll be doing my Sunday night messages. I'll be switching out. I'll be two messages on history of Israel. Then I'll do 2 sovereignty messages. I'll do 2 messages on history of Israel. And these will come on Sunday morning, Wednesday night, Sunday morning, Wednesday night, Sunday morning, Wednesday night. I'm switching them out. But each time I'm doing the history of Israel, if you'll come, you will learn the history of Israel, the biblical history, and how to talk about it. And I will set this stuff up. I will lay it out. I'll lay it out in chapters. You got to look at things in chapters and how they're laid out and what happens in certain chapters. You don't have to learn everything that's going on in a chapter. Just learn basically what's in a chapter, what's in this chapter up here. It's just like I said, 13 to 15, 1 Samuel, that's where Saul is messing up. You just remember that. And God judges him for that, takes the kingdom away from him. Of course, God has to put that in his heart because the king has to come out of Judah. Now, that's sovereignty of God. Now, you can look down here just quickly. You can look down here in verse 24, chapter 15. Asa slept with his fathers and was buried with his fathers in the city of David and his father. And Jehoshaphat, his son, reigned in his stead. Now, we got a lot of history on Jehoshaphat. Remember, Ahab is always going down to Jehoshaphat, said, "Hi, brother. Don't call me brother. You are a heathen." He thinks, "But we're both Jews. Aren't you going to come and fight Ben-Hadad with me?" Not only does he cause Jehoshaphat to apostatize, Jehoshaphat has the word of God read throughout all of Israel. Man, you think this is one of the most righteous kings that lives, and he is. He has one problem. When we get to him, we're going to talk a lot about withdrawing from people who walk disorderly. If a man calls himself a brother, he will not walk according to this epistle. Paul said, "Note that man and have no fellowship with him." Stay away from him, because when Jehoshaphat was running around with Ahab, the worst thing that happened in the history of Israel, Ahab and Jezebel. How did Ahab meet Jezebel? Well, he's sitting right up there on the border of Tyre. They probably had a party one night, and they wandered over to the party. "Oh, man, there's a good-looking woman. I think I'll have her." And he did. And they get together, and they marry, and they have this daughter that comes literally out of hell itself. Her name is Athaliah. And Jehoshaphat and Ahab are running around together all the time. And what happens when you're running around with somebody that's an unbeliever, and you got a kid and they got a kid, and both of them are good looking? They start dating each other. Jehoram sees Athaliah at a party one night and says, "Ooh, man, I'm going to ask her for a date." And he does. And they get married. She's meaner than hell. The woman tries to kill all of her. After Jehoram dies, and after Ahaziah, his son, dies, Athaliah says, "I want the kingdom." And she's the only one